Hello guys, welcome to my channel. In this video, we'll be doing the remaining sum that is from question number 22 to 25 of the exercise 15.1 of probability chapter. So let's start. Hey guys, welcome back. Before starting the problems, I would like to inform you that we have started online tuition classes and the batches already started. For the details regarding online tuition classes, you can mail me at my mail ID or you can DM me in Instagram. So we shall start the today's session. 22nd question, first subdivision. Complete the following table. So they gave even that is sum on two dice. Means we are throwing two dice simultaneously. So if I get in one dice as 1 and in another dice also 1. So 1 plus 1, the sum is 2. Same way, we need to find the probability as sum as 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and goes on. So first, when two dice are thrown, what are the favorable outcomes? The outcomes are this. Means in one die it can be 1, another die it can be 1. Same way, in the first die it can be 2, second die it can be 1. Same way, the outcomes can be from 1, comma 1 to 1, comma 6. Same with 2, comma 1 to 2 comma 6, 3 comma 1 to 3 comma 6, same way like this. This first one represents the number coming in the first die. Same way the second one represents the number coming in the second die. So now first we'll write the total number of outcomes. Here you can see there are 6 here and there are also 6 here. So 6 6 are 36. So total number of outcome is 36. So 36. Now we'll write the formula. Probability of an event is equal to number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of outcomes. Now we'll find the probability of getting sum as 3. So here you can see 2 plus 1 is 3 and 1 plus 2 is 3. So favorable outcomes is 2 comma 1 and 1 comma 2. That is two outcomes are there. So probability of getting sum as 3 will be equal to favorable outcome is 2 and the total number of outcome is 36. So this is 2 by 36. Same way for getting sum as 4. So 3 plus 1 is 4, 2 plus 2 is 4, 1 plus 3 is 4. So again you need to write the favorable outcomes, which is equal to 3 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 1 comma 3. It is total 3 favorable outcomes. So probability of getting sum as 4 is equal to favorable outcome is 3 divided by total number of outcome is 36. So 3 by 36. Now same way getting sum as 5. So here you can see 4 comma 1, 3 comma 2, 2 comma 3 and 1 comma 4. Same, you write the total number of favorable outcomes. Here the total number of favorable outcome is 4. So 4 by total number of outcome is 36. So 4 by 36. Same way for getting sum as 6. So this 3 plus 3 is also 6, 4 plus 2 is also 6, 1 plus 1 comma 5, that is 1 plus 5 is also 6. So here favorable outcome is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 outcomes. So 5 by total number of outcome is 36. Same way for getting sum as 7. 6 plus 1 is 7, 5 plus 2 is 7, 4 plus 3 7, 3 plus 4 is also 7, 2 plus 5 and 1 comma 6 is 7. So favorable outcome is 6. 6 divided by total number of outcome is 36. You need to write the step favorable outcome, write these outcomes, and then write probability of getting sum as 7 is equal to, that is 6 by 36. Same way for getting sum as 9. 6 plus 3 is 9, 5 plus 4 is 9, 5 plus 4 is 9, and 6 plus 3 is 9. So there are 4 outcomes. So 4 divided by 36. Same way, probability of getting sum as 10. 6 plus 4 is 10, 5 plus 5 is 10, 4 plus 6 is 10. So 3 outcomes. So 3 by 36. Same way for probability of getting sum as 11. 6 plus 5 is also 11 and 5 plus 6 is also 11. That is favorable outcome is 2 divided by total number of outcome is 36. So we have completed the table. 22nd question, second subdivision is a student argues that there are 11 possible outcomes, that is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Therefore, each of them will have a probability 1 by 11. He is telling that there are total 11 outcomes and each one will have a probability 1 by 11. Even sum of 2 will have 1 by 11. Same with 3 will also have 1 by 11. Do you agree with this argument? Justify your answer. So we need to justify our answer. So now I'll be writing everything. So probability of sum as 5, which is equal to 4 by 36, which is nothing but 2 2s are, 2 1s are, 2 18s are, 2 1s are, 2 9s are 18, which is equal to 1 by 9. Same way probability of sum as 6, which is equal to 5 by 36. Probability of sum as 7, which is equal to 6 by 36. 6 ones are 6 6 are 36, that is equal to 1 by 6. Same way, probability of sum as 9 is equal to 4 by 36. It is 4 ones are 4 nines are 36, so that is 1 by 9. Same way, probability of sum as 10, which is equal to 3 by 36. 3 ones are 3 ones are 3 twos are, that is 1 by 12. And probability of sum as 11, which is equal to 2 by 36, that is nothing but 1 by 18. And now here the student is telling that each will have a probability of 1 by 11. So now we have proved that each probability is not equal to 1 by 11. Even you can also see 1 by 6, 1 by 9, 1 by 12, 1 by 18, they all are different. So we can write probability of each sum will not be 1 by 11. So we have proved that they are not equally likely. So because probability of sum will not be 1 by 11 because they are not equally likely outcomes. 23rd question says a game consists of tossing one rupee coin 3 times and noting its outcome each time. Hanif wins if all the tosses give the same results, that is 3 heads or 3 tails, and loses otherwise. Calculate the probability that Hanif will lose the game. In the question they have given 1 rupee coin is tossed for 3 times. So when I toss a coin for 1 time, I get the outcome as head and tail. For the second time, head, tail, head, tail. Same way for the third time, This will help you in finding the total number of outcomes. So now we'll write the total number of outcomes. Total outcomes we'll write, which is equal to head. So H, comma, HHT, comma, HTH, comma, HTT, comma, THH, comma, THT, comma, TTH, and last one is TTT. TTT. The total possible outcome is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 outcomes. Now, Hanif will win the game when he gets 3 head or 3 tails. In the question they are asking, what is the probability that Hanif will lose the game? So now we'll write the favorable outcomes. He will lose the game means he'll not get 3 heads and 3 tails. So 3 heads and 3 tails. So how many are left? There are 6 left. That is 8 minus 2. So 6 outcomes. So probability of Hanif will lose the game is equal to number of favorable outcomes, that is 6, divided by total number of outcome is 8. 6 divided by 8, so 2 3s are, 2 4s are, which is equal to 3 by 4. So probability that Hanif will lose the game is 3 by 4. 24th question says a die is thrown twice. What is the probability that 5 will not come up either time or 5 will come up at least once? They have given a hint: throwing a die twice or throwing two dice simultaneously are treated as the same experiment. Means you can throw a die 2 times or you can take 2 dice and throw simultaneously. So now when 2 dice are thrown, we need to write what are the possible outcomes. So these are the possible outcomes from 1, 1 to 1, 6. Same way, there are 36 possible outcomes. So we'll write first total number of outcomes. That is 36, and we'll write the formula first. Probability of an event is equal to number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of outcomes. First one, they are telling 5 will not come up either time, means there are total 36, in which I can see here 5 is coming, 5 is coming, here also 5, 5 is coming, 5 is coming, and this also 5 is coming, and this also 5 is coming. The question is 5 will not come up either time. So first we'll write what are the favorable outcomes. So favorable outcomes is equal to total there are 36 outcome, in which I need to subtract these numbers. So how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 I need to exclude it. 36 minus 11, which is equal to 25. So probability of 5 will not come either time, which is equal to favorable outcome is 25 divided by total number of outcome is 36. So 25 by 36. Now the second one is 5 will come at least once. So here I have marked these things. In this you can see 5 is coming at least once. Here also at least once, and even at least means it can come either one time or two times. So even 5 comma 5 is included. So how many I have selected? These are the total 11. So favorable outcomes is 11. The probability of 5 will come at least once is equal to favorable outcome is 11 divided by total number of outcome is 36. So 11 by 36. You can also do the second sum by this method also. So or we know probability of an event plus probability of not an event is equal to 1. So here not event is 5 will not come up either time, and the event is 5 will come at least once. So probability of 5 will come at least once is equal to 1 minus of probability of 5 will come up either time. So which is equal to 1 minus of, so probability of 5 will come up either time, it is 25 by 36. So 1 minus of 25 by 36. So taking the LCM we get 36. 36 minus 25. So 36 minus 25 is 11 by 36. So we got probability that 5 will come at least once, we got 11 by 36. Here you can see even in this method we got 11 by 36, and this also we got 11 by 36. Whichever you feel easy, you can adopt that method. The 25th question says, which of the following arguments are correct and which are not correct? Give the reason for your answer. If two coins are tossed simultaneously, there are three possible outcomes, that is two head, two tail, or one of each. Therefore, each of these outcomes, the probability is 1 by 3. So they are telling when two coins are tossed, there will be three outcomes. That is either it can be two head, two tail, or it can be head tail. So, and each of them will have a probability 1 by 3. Now, when two coins are tossed, so their outcome will be head head, next head tail, and next one is tail head and tail tail. Means there are four possible outcomes. Now, what is the probability of getting two head? So two head we have only one. So one is favorable outcome divided by total number of outcome is 4. So 1 by 4. Now probability of getting two tail. So probability of two tail is equal to, even two tail the favorable outcome is 1. So 1 divided by total is 4. Now probability of getting each one of them. So probability of one of each is equal to, means either it can be head tail or tail head. So here we have two possible outcomes. So 2 divided by total number of outcome is 4, which is equal to 1 by 2. Here they have given that each outcome will have 1 by 3, but it is not 1 by 3. It is 1 by 4, 1 by 4, and 1 by 2. So therefore the statement given is incorrect. The second subdivision is, if a die is thrown, there are two possible outcomes, an odd number or an even number. Therefore, the probability of getting an odd number is 1 by 2. We know when a die is thrown, The outcomes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now, what is the probability of getting an odd number, which is equal to, so here you can see 1, 3 and 5. So there are 3 favorable outcomes divided by total number of outcome is 6. So 3 ones are, 3 twos are. And same way, even for probability of an even number, there are 3 possible outcomes, that is 2, 4, 6. So 3 divided by 6 is equal to 1 by 2. Now we have proved that the probability of getting an odd number is 1 by 2. So 1 by 2. Therefore, the statement is correct. And also, they are equally likely outcomes. In the first one, they were not equally likely outcomes. So the exercise 15.1 completes here, and also probability chapter completes here. Do watch my all upcoming videos. I hope you like the video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe and press the bell icon so that you can get the notification of my videos, and share this with your friends and spread the knowledge. Thank you. Jai Hind.